Streamerology Episode 3, where two dudes bring you gaming news and streamer clues and tips. I am the Dibs with my co host Bad Merc over here. A little bit about myself: I'm a professional modder of the professional type. I like to mod for 1,000 years, Drama Queen, and Persona. I also am doing a stream. I'm trying to build a community for nonprofit causes where the community chooses what they want to support, who they want to support for the month, and set their own goals. And we strive and work towards those goals. And I hand it off to Bad Merc.
I'm Bad Merc. I do what I do.
He do stuff.
No, I do apparel merch for content creators and streamers. Build an app, did that stuff. Building new apps, doing that stuff. Today, guys, I will say that I will be dropping some Streamerology stuff into the store. Like I said, today we're just
Streamerology merch hype.
There you go. Today it's just Dibs and I. We have a few topics that we want to go over. We decided we're gonna try to kind of be more improv instead of trying to go off scripts or whatnot. And we, I mean, our intros are always going to be kind of like that, just mainly because we do re-upload to Spotify. And I think Dib says we are now on iTunes.
Yes, sir. We are on the Apple Podcast.
So
Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcast. I forget what the hell they call it. They have names for it, words and stuff. We're also on Anchor FM and one Stitcher. And I think you're muted, my friendo.
I clicked the button again. Oh, well, as always. Look, you know what? Maybe what needs to happen is I need to wake up earlier and drink more caffeine.
We're both super tired, by the way. We're exhausted.
But some of the stuff that we were wanting to cover, we're going to try to cover everything else, but we might just get lost in conversation. Who knows? We're going to go over a little bit about social media, where we think live streaming is going, for the future of it. What else did I say? I don't know. We'll call this episode 3 in the Raw.
Yeah, we're also 3 here for you guys.
Episode 3 Raw Dog.
Questions? Yeah, it's raw. This isn't scripted. This is Streamerology live. So if you guys have any questions, if you want to ask anything, if you want to know anything, drop it. Let us know.
So, I was actually kind of having this conversation with someone the other day. I'm going to kick off into it. It was kind of like an epiphany moment that I had, where I think my own personal opinion, where I see live stream going. So I was sitting there thinking, we had cable television and then we had satellite, where it started to come to a point where you can have the different packages. You chose what you wanted, and then cable and satellite started getting greedy with it. And they were kind of doing certain bundles where you had to get this bundle to get this channel, vice versa, blah, blah, blah. And then we had the streaming services. Netflix, the big one, came through.
For anyone who's old enough to remember.
Right. And then, so then everybody started kind of going that way because they're like, you know what? Shame to cable and dish for doing this stuff. So Netflix came out, then Hulu followed with it, because then you can watch all your TV shows. It was just a day later. And
I do too, Mama DC.
So like I said, all the streaming services started coming up. Now we've kind of come full circle to now the streaming services are going, well, you have to buy this one or this one over here so you can get this show. So here's my moment of epiphany, and I think I can see it happening. Or if it's not, then I think we're dropping the ball. I think when we have our live streams, we have YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, D Live, Smashcast, Caffeine, you name it. We have all these different things, right? What if people started actually putting even more effort into their live streams and started making actual episodes or TV shows? So then people actually would come to that platform and watch it. Kind of like analogy would be Saturday Night Live, right? It's filmed in front of a live studio audience. Just like Streamerology, it's recorded live in front of an internet live audience.
Oh yeah, totally. Another thing that I find really interesting about that now that you bring that up, just comes to mind, is the fact that YouTube, there's a lot of YouTube news stations. There's a lot of YouTubers that just do news, strictly news. And I mean, you got like Tim Pool, you got the quartering. There's a bazillion I could name off. There's a
Right.
bazillion of them on both sides of the fence. It doesn't matter what you believe in. But the point is that they exist and there is an audience for them. They do that for a living, and they're making a living off just doing news. Some of them try to do it unbiased, others have an agenda behind it. But either way, there is an area on YouTube where this exists, where there is beginning to be more and more people doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they build trust with their audience. They build trust with their community. And that's why they become successful, because I'm like, hey, I trust, people go to Tim Pool, they're like, I know this dude. I know he's going to try to do it as unbiased as humanly possible. That's his thing. That's his shtick. You get on there and watch some Tim Pool. He's going to do everything uh, in the middle as humanly possible, unless he has his own opinion, which he finds really important to share.
Yeah, so to go with that, again, guys, I would not be surprised if you don't hear me drop Daddy Robot's name on every single episode because I love everything that he
He's
does.
doing some amazing stuff.
Right.
If you guys weren't there on Saturday, he came into my stream. I was only an hour late Saturday. Oh my god, I don't know what happened. I think hell froze over. But we made it. I made it on at 12 Mountain Standard Time, and he came on in, and we did some testing. I don't know if you guys were there, but basically he did testing on a Mix It Up website, basically, like where it plugs in for your mix play. You have to turn your mix play off, but it's a plug and it's a replacement. It's a temporary thing, or it's not. Maybe it's permanent. I don't know. But the point is, it exists. He has games where like you'll see people's chats from the chat pop up on the screen, and you can actively click them and they blow up.
Yeah. Yep. So that's one of them. But I also know with his own personal channel,
Yeah,
I
Mama
think
DC.
he's
That was one
trying
on Twitter.
to he's actually wanting to do an actual show on his channel, an interactive show. And like I firmly believe that if you incorporate interactivity into your streams, you're going to surpass a lot of people. I think that's the one thing that um I can't say that Mixer has over Twitch because Twitch has their own thing, so where the audience will do stuff. But Mixer has a thing where you can actually implement. Excuse me. Will actually implement different things into it. So like you've seen with Daddy Robot stuff. I've mentioned before on Daddy Robots, you can actually control his webcam and so forth. In the future, I know of some other full interactivity. It'd actually be more than Streamloots.
Yeah. So I mean, the idea is similar to Streamloots, but it's actually affecting the stream then and there. Like you see those things pop up on the screen in real time, and they're happening right in front of you.
Right.
So
like
it's not like a card where someone has to act it out.
Right. So imagine Mama DC. For the people listening on Spotify, iTunes, and everything, we do record this live with our viewers here, and that way we have, like I said earlier, interactivity, and we can ask questions and kind of communicate with people. If you want to join us, it is on Mondays, 4 p.m. Mountain time. Just swing on by, say hello. See the faces behind the voices.
Come hang out with us.
But imagine, Soccer Mama, if you're in chat and you're watching someone, and then someone challenged you to a game of tic-tac-toe. You could play that right there with the other person who may be across the world, but it's happening right there on screen that only you and that other person can see. The streamer actually has no idea that it's going on because you're also watching it. It's just a way to kind of interact and do things. Other streamers have taken the step further and tried to make the I guess objects in their own room be interactive. So
And
there's
that does exist. You see that with some of the like higher end LED light bulbs where it connects with. You can connect it with your Mix Play
Mhm.
on Mixer, of course, and people can click buttons and make the lights change color. But there's also the fact. I mean, there's so many possible applications for what Daddy Robot's doing and what he's bringing to the table. Could you imagine if like you could get rewarded for being the top 3 high scores for the month on a game for like
Right,
a Mix
right.
Play exclusive? How cool would that be? Like you guys would be competing for, whatever game exists, tic-tac-toe or maybe like a maze or something. You guys could be rewarded for subs or merch. And that's just a small idea. There's so many more possibilities of that bring a lot more to the table, bring a lot more to streaming. And he's on the cusp of like creating something brand new in the streaming world, I feel
Mhm.
like.
I know one thing that we had discussed about on here was that when we get into these conversations and we're getting each other's perspective, one thing that we're
Oh,
gonna
yes,
do
Ben.
is we're gonna implement a system where you guys can award each one of us points. Um, say maybe who has a better argument on their perspective. But does the points matter? No, we're just having fun. A way for you guys to be like, you know what, I agree. Bing. So it's just again something interactive. So now for the people listening with Spotify and stuff, what you can do while you're listening in your car or at work, just yell at the top of your lungs. Yep, I totally agree. I'm with him. I'm with him. And then get awkward looks by your coworkers or other people in the other cars.
Or
But
see if you can get the people in traffic next to you to agree. Like, do you
there
agree or disagree?
you go. So, like I said, I do feel like that if
Right.
people
Right,
were
Mama
to
DC.
start thinking of that way, kind of like your um 90s and I guess your 90s sitcoms where everything was kind of filmed in front of a live studio audience, and you implemented that into like I said, your live stream stuff, you would actually start stepping out ahead of the game.
I could see
So
it now too. You could do commands that are like applause now.
yeah, exactly. Like who's lining in? Yeah, exactly. I mean, and there's all
uh,
kind of different things, but I mean that's the reason why when we have our guest on, we try to make it a little fun. Have them kind of do interactive stuff. Last week we had Silent Kill. He had to draw himself in like 5 years in the future. And he only had 30 seconds to do so. So Um, I mean, this is something that well, a lot of you guys don't know is that Dibs and I we actually have a lot of these conversations while we're doing other stuff while he's modding and I'm
yes.
working on the store. And we actually decided one day, I think it was actually Dibs. It was like, you know what, we should do a podcast on everything that we talk about. And I was like, yeah, I agree. And then we created this name, Streamerology. So, and
Here we
we
are.
go ahead,
Oh,
Dibs.
that echoed. My bad. Oh, I was just saying, here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Here we are with our rough intros, our me covering Dib's face in the live show. So I mean, what you see is live. Everything that we do, except if you're on YouTube or other ones, you're just seeing the aftermath of it or hearing the aftermath of it. But no, it's we try to get more in depth. Like I mean, some things that we look at, we're I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking of the long term. Because I honestly will say I don't think I think the streams who have if you're just gaming and that's all you do is game, I say probably 2 years at max and you're done. From here, from 2 years from now, you're not going to be um you're not going to be there. So
Well, then look at it too. Like everything in streaming is evolving right now. We have
yeah.
people literally getting signed with contracts. And when you look at that, it's almost like exclusive. It's not almost like it is like it's the exact same thing you see with these exclusivity deals. Like you want to watch The Witcher, you got to go to Netflix.
Mhm.
Um, what are some other exclusives? I just can't think off the top of my head. I know One Punch Man is only on Hulu. What else we got? I think
Well, you had the Mandalorian on Disney.
That's right, Mandalorian's on Disney. There's a ton of these, by the way. I just can't think right now off the top of my head.
You had, I mean, no,
Lost in
it's
Space. Lost in Space is Netflix only.
Soccer Mom says, I've said it before, but people go on the streams for community and want to be entertained past just a game. Absolutely.
No, exactly. Yeah, we're here to interact with all you. I mean, if you guys have questions, drop them on us, lay them on us.
Yeah, we want you to like I said, be engaged. Let's have some conversations on this stuff. Let's talk about where
Oh,
we
yeah.
see the thing of live stream. I mean, here's this. I mean, you still have other shows that are still filmed in front of a live audience. You have Judge Judy. All right, let's go with your basic channels: Judge Judy, Dr. Phil, all your talk shows. Now, and they keep trying. Even them, they're trying to make it more engaging or whatnot. So if you implement the same idea, because like I said, we are recording live in front of a internet audience, right? But you guys are real. You guys can see us in real time thanks to new technology with FTL and everything else or low latency. But now, it's up to us to make the things A, engaging, B, interactive, and C, just provide new content. So every episode isn't the exact same thing. You're not watching us play the same game. We're not talking about the same stuff. We're constantly bringing up new subjects.
Yeah.
And a lot
So
of
it's
times
evolving. It's
right,
totally evolving always.
and we're trying to like I said, we'll touch on the stuff from the previous episodes, kind of like a recap, so that you guys can kind of just see, the entire story. We'll go back and look at the stuff. I mean, like I said, I do think that we're in the early stages and stuff that people haven't thought about yet, and it's only a matter of time before one of these major networks come in and say, "Hey, we should capitalize on this."
Well, then you also already seen Twitch streamers take advantage of the IRL streams
Yeah,
where they do like a reality show. Ice Poseidon's a really good example of that. I mean, it doesn't matter how you feel about his content
yeah. I was
or
gonna say I was
him,
like
or
not a fan.
it doesn't matter how you feel. I mean, you don't. I don't subscribe to that type of entertainment myself. But if you do, I'm just saying that these people are already, seeing this potential of this. They've been doing it for years too with like real live streams. It's almost like a reality TV show.
Right. There's other big name content creators out there. They'll do um call it talent shows,
Yeah,
and people
and
get to
that's
come in.
exactly right. That's exactly right, Mama DC. Most recently, I also saw Pokimane. She herself is doing like a new YouTube show where
Oh,
like she goes into people's streams and try to get them to eat random crazy food.
oh,
Or she's like, "Yo, I'll drop you like 150, $250 if you eat these ridiculously spicy hot wings."
yeah. So I mean, but it's like I said, it's the engaging in interactivity with things. So
I will say also like Pokimane is one of the ones to watch. She's pretty much ahead. She's up there with Ninja and Shroud, and she's ahead of the curve. And like the way she does her marketing and everything, she's brilliant. She's just brilliant. Once again, if you like her content or not, you have to give her mad respect and props as a content creator for everything that she set up and everything that she started and the way that she has things running.
right. No, I agree. You have I think we touched on it in our first episode. That we actually have the streams with that they play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that too.
So
There's even a the creator of Rick and Morty. Oh my god, what's his name? But the creator of Rick and Morty created a show based around Dungeons and Dragons, and it's on Verve. I forget what specific like platform it's on itself, but it's part of the Verve package, vrv.com, whatever it is.
hmm.
And if you're unfamiliar with Verve, it's literally uh, it's kind of like cable. It's like it's a streaming platform, not for streaming, but for streaming videos and TV shows and such, where it has multiple channels. So I have like it's mainly anime. It has a science channel. It has some other channels, but mainly you get like Funimation on there, things of that nature. Crunchyroll. They're all kind of grouped up together. You can get. Last I looked, it was 13 a month for 13 channels, which was not a bad deal. It's a lot of content.
Oh yeah. And now, I mean, I've got some wild ideas that I would like to kind of implement. Um, one of the things that I've always kind of wished you could do, and I think the technology now is available to do so. You just have to have the proper equipment. But let's daydream here for a second and follow me on this one. You're watching a
Don't
show.
daydream too hard. I'll fall asleep.
you I'm with you. But say you're watching a show. It's a live one, right? And you're doing a, say, like a TV sitcom or whatnot, but where when you're watching on TV, you would actually sit there and subsist it. You would the cameraman would have you showing one aspect of it. My thing is, I always kind of wish that I could sit there and myself control the angle of the camera that I'm watching. Some DVDs allowed you to do so. But imagine now with the technology we have in the live streaming, you're watching a show being filmed, but then you can click buttons and change the camera for your view. And then,
Which, just on the tech side, just to drop it in there, just because it's something I kind of know. Webcams have a limited angle. My webcam's been flipping out. You're probably going to see me get a Brio at the end of the week, just because I'm not going to replace a cam that's, I don't know, forking out with the same exact model. Like, why? Anyways, back to the main point. Like webcams only have a certain angle. I think the one I have only does 75 degrees. I think the Brio does 90. Now, when you get into the really fancy cameras, they have a wider angle where it's like 120, or it's like it just gets out there. So I mean, cameras are still catching up. That's one of the things to keep in mind and remember. The cameras are still kind of getting there. But like back to what Badmark was saying, that is a pretty awesome idea. Like, what if you could change the camera angle from how you see the stream, or how you see the person, the streamer?
right. So I mean, it's just, I think we're in the early stages of where live streaming can go, because people already right now, people are getting annoyed that you have Netflix and Hulu and Verizon and I can't remember all the other ones of all the different, right, the 360 one as well. I mean, guys, I mean, think about this. What if say in the future we could, I know we could, but say in the future we said, hey guys, tune into this day, but make sure you have your red blue 3D glasses.
Oh my god!
Right, and then
monitors.
Then like we'd make things so you were watching things in like 3D. Right, there's a lot of different things that you could do. So now, like I said, with the people listening on iTunes and Spotify, the idea is that we're having these conversations
we'll
to
still be here.
Make you think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, and then to answer your question, Mama DC, would that require streamers to have multiple cameras though? Yes and no. If the streamer wants to do that, if they want to run their stream that way, yeah, like go for it. If they have the rig and the setup to do it, do it. On the other hand, though, there's what we're getting at is the sky, like the sky's the limit. You can do anything and everything that you can possibly imagine in a stream, and it's starting to get that way. So it just means people's creativity isn't catching up with what we can actually do. It means people can get more creative instead of the traditional streaming. We're getting outside of, I guess you would call it traditional streaming. Technology has always been a hyper fast industry. Things get outdated within a year. Things get outdated within 6 months. Things like they outdate themselves so fast that, before you know it, you get a brand new piece of hardware, a brand new piece of tech. It's already outdated. Like as soon as you buy it, as soon as it comes out of the box, it's outdated. Technology has always been that way traditionally, and I think it's going to start becoming that way with streaming as well, as people get more creative and they do new ideas and they try new things. So it's basically the Wild West. Like it's the Wild West right now. In my opinion, it is the Wild West of streaming right now. And like the earlier folk like Ninja and Shroud and the OGs that came in, Summit 1G, all those guys and gals, they're the pioneers. And now we're kind of like in this Wild West phase.
Well, here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of your talk shows, a lot of your news broadcasts, they actually use a lot of the same stuff that we use. Our little scene transitions that we do,
Oh yeah.
how there's actually people who um they ended up utilizing the stream decks.
And this
So
goes back to
you
the previous episodes too. Like 2019 was a huge year for streamer tech. Like it became its own thing. Like with the microphones and the stream decks and the Go XLR and just everything in general. Those are all like studio type things that you would see. They're just being devices being shrunk down, made more affordable for individual people at a smaller scale. But
Yep.
those are the same type of devices and gadgets that these like professional broadcasting TV shows would use. Their stuff is huge. It's more higher end because it has to be, because it's like a multi TV. Like they have 1,000 different shows on their TV station. They run ads, et cetera, et cetera. So they have to be a little bit more advanced. But like it was genius. These companies are genius for shrinking these things down and making it available to streamers. It's revolutionary. And at first, people didn't know how to react with these things. Now look at what people are doing with them. Look what people are doing with the stream decks and the
Yeah.
touch. Like we even have an application, or if you want to pay $8.99 for a stream deck, you get it on your phone as an application and it's all connected wirelessly. It's creating ideas on top of ideas. So one person's idea creates a new idea, creates another idea, and it's just a chain reaction, constant
Right.
catalyst for just advancement overall.
Yeah, so I mean, it really is the your imagination is your limit. So don't follow what everybody else is doing. Do your own thing.
Yeah, experiment.
So
Try something.
um
And
because I
like
mean
don't
there
ask, like you don't even have to ask people if it's cool or not. They'll tell you. They'll be like, yo, that was badass. Like, yeah, it was.
I mean, it's like with us here on Streamerology. A lot of people thought that we're going to be just another web show slash podcast, and then we were just going to host guest and simply do little gimmicks with them and so forth. Um, but I take that back. We do host guests and we do little gimmicks, but
We're doing a little bit of everything. We're experimenting right now.
right,
We're experimenting in the episode 3. This is our experiment to see if people like this or not.
right.
On top of that, we also have an upcoming video that it's going to be released later on the YouTube later this week sometime. It's going to be a video about how to be a moderator. It's going to be from myself. I'm releasing a video on Streamerology. We're providing different avenues of content and different creation, and we're trying different things.
Right. And the other thing is, we actually will have, I guess, these more in depth conversations about
No, it's not.
different
Mama DC.
things. I mean, in our 3 episodes, we've discussed our interactivity, right, with streams, um, advertisement on how companies are changing the game on how they're doing advertisement, future ways that we think advertisement could work. Now we're talking about the path of where streams are going to, possibly go.
Just a guess, just an overall guess.
So it's just
I mean,
actually having these actual in-depth conversations. And actually, I want to touch on that on the advertisement. First episode with Drama Queen, I had mentioned how the Navy was actually putting their money. They weren't doing the Super Bowl ads. They
That's
were
right.
actually going to put their money into the esports and so forth. Just last night while at work, I was going through Twitter and everything else. Boom, there it was. World of Warships. Go Navy
Yep.
pack. And I'm like, well, that didn't
It's in
take
there.
too long. So
Nope. Yeah, and I basically think of it this way: you're gonna fail, but you're not going to succeed if you don't try. You can fail, like, you can fail 70 times, but isn't it be it's gonna be worth that one time where you succeed major. So the people or who are the first ones to do something, the trendsetters, they're gonna be the ones making waves using all these things in the future. That's kinda like where Bad Merc is going with Daddy Robot.
Yeah.
When he's all big and famous for doing amazing things, we're gonna be like, "We knew him before that."
But like Daddy Robot and I, we had these conversations. We got some stuff up our sleeves for the future of stuff. Like I said, we created an app. Sorry for that click. That was the chair breaking on me. But we created an app where streamers could have more control over their brand. Right now, the streamers, content creators, they're kind of forced to use. Yes, thanks, soccer mama. But we are sorry, with content creators, you had your only options if you want to do social proof. You had to use what was it, Streamlabs, or we'll name the big ones: Streamlabs, Designed by Humans, or Teespring. Each one of those limit you in some way. So Streamlabs, they say you have free merch now, and then they say, well, then if you pay the premium, you can unlock this other stuff. But you are still paying more for that product than what you would do if you ended up building your own site. Now, I will say, don't just go out there and build your own site. Wait till you have the market to do so, and then launch it. But if you went to one of these e-commerce sites like Shopify and you built your own website there, so like say Dibs with his future, which we've already discussed about, he had a website, thedibs.com, and he went in there. You could see his live stream. You can go in there and you could donate to the charity that he's doing for that month, and he gets to have more control over it. No one else is taking their little cut from it. He gets to control everything on it. Now, the app that we built is Shopify did not have the option to show the alerts onto the screen when someone bought from that website. We implemented that app into there. So now, Dibs, say he has that website, someone donates, and it says so forth, donated to the cause. He in real time could thank that person. That's the first app that we did. The second one, I guess not say second one, but we launched version 2 of it, and now these apparel companies who are have access to do more graphic work for people. That's not just trying to put a logo on every single piece of material.
This is the kind of stuff he's talking about, by the way.
Oh yes, there you go.
This isn't just slapping a logo on something. This is like creating a text. This is figuring out colors, making colors work with it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind that stuff.
So, but
Same with that.
now, like say with NPC Limited, which is my store, and I host a couple of different people on there, but I work with them to create like new I guess product or whatnot, because they have that kind of that community that be willing to A, buy the stuff, but B, go beyond it. But now, say whenever I launch the Streamerology shirts and stickers, Streamerology can have its own alert. But then say Dibs, if he was on there, Dibs could have his own alert. So now we can kind of individualize the alerts. But
you can separate them. You can separate them, and you can make them work.
All right. So Daddy Robot and I, we again, same thing. We're thinking about the longevity of live streaming, and I can't really say what else we have up our sleeves, but I will say, if you're following Daddy Robot and his Twitter, and Dibs mentioned it before about how he's kind of already given stuff away to so people can use it to make their content interactive.
Yeah.
Just imagine what else we have up our sleeves for the longevity of things.
So, oh, yeah. Well, then, he posted that on Twitter. Like, if you don't have a mix play set up, or you want to try something new with your mix play, go check it out.
Yeah.
It's a fun little mini game that people can do. They type in chat, they can blow up the message on the screen. Like, check it out. Just give it a try. Give it a try. That's all. I'm done. Come on, go do it. Grab the link.
So, and I will say here on Streamerology,
Oh, look at that! It even worked on mobile.
yes,
It even worked on mobile. That's
yeah.
pretty badass.
So, I mean, like I said, the future is going to be more interactivity. It's going to be doing something more than just looking at a camera and gaming while everybody else watches you game. That's the reason why these streams who are doing like custom lobbies and people get to jump in and do demolition derby. Or
I got a really far out prediction. If y'all want to hear it,
let's go. Let's discuss.
all right. So you're gonna have these phases of streaming. So like OG phase was the gaming. You sit, game, and people watch you game. The next phase was community and interaction and building up that interaction and then doing creative streams and then real life streams, et cetera, et cetera. We're gonna go through a whole new series of different like patterns and different ways that people can stream. They're gonna be copying each other. There's nothing wrong with doing in content creation. You can always do like to create content, you have to ingest content. You just can't make content out of thin air. So like if you're making YouTube videos, you got to watch YouTube videos. You got to watch as many YouTube videos as you possibly can to give you ideas for content creation to help make you a better content creator in return. I'm just saying the people who come up with these ideas first are going to be the big ones. They're going to become the goats. But my prediction is we're going to start going through these phases of streaming, and then one day it'll roll back around to the OG streaming where people just want to hang out and game. It's going to be like clothing. If you ever notice clothing comes in and out, where it's like 80s was in, then it was out, then 90s was in, and then it's like 2000s, and it just keeps rotating in this constant vicious cycle of like the past 30 or 40 years for clothing styles.
I would 100% agree with you on that one. With doing graphics or whatnot, this year, I can guarantee that you'll see more of your. It's good. There's going to be the cyberpunk colors, which is going to fall into your 80s, but then the summer stuff, we're going to be seeing more of your kind of your 70s kind of style of your colors and schemes coming out.
Do I think it's going to? Do you, Soccer Mama DC says, do you think increased interaction is going to bring in more trolling though?
You're always
Yes,
gonna always gonna have that.
There's always going to be people looking for attention, and you just treat them the same way you would before. You either ignore them or you kick them out the channel.
Or you just roll with it.
Yeah, just roll with it. I've totally modded before with some of those people coming in the stream, just being total like jerks. Like, hey, feet pics, show me those feet. And I've whispered a few of them after I time them out. I give them a band hammer. Not a band hammer, but I time them out for 5, 10, 15 minutes. And I whisper them. I'm like, hey, so, I address whatever they said. I'm like, that's cool and all, but that's very disrespectful here. Second of all, we're a community and we like to get to know each other. We like to talk to you and we like to get to know you. So when you come back from your timeout, tell me about how your day was. Tell me what games you're playing right now. And to be honest, it's worked a few times. They come back and chat and they start chatting with us and they're like, yo, I'm really liking season 2, season 3 of Apex Legends. I'm like, hey, he came around. Or she.
So, I mean, you got to think about it. Setting up comedians that they're up there, they're giving their content live in front of the audience, and you'll have those hecklers and they're trying to troll. But the ones who end up succeeding are the ones who give those trolls a little bit taste of their own medicine. And I mean, I was in Systic's channel the other night gaming with them, and we had someone come in. I don't know exactly what it was going on, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to do what I call professional trolling. I'm going to give them a little bit of taste of their own medicine, but be professional about it. And it was a hoot. So it was a hoot.
Send the troll feet pics as a toll. The troll toll with feet pics. Yes, sir. Anyways, back I cut off Bad Merc when he was discussing about the seasons and graphic like design. I thought that was pretty interesting. He was talking about like summer's gonna be 70s again.
Yeah.
And then we got the cyberpunk. You support reverse trolling. There are so many ways to handle trolls. You can get like that's another thing you can get creative as hell with. You can go to each streamer's channel and each one, like everyone has their unique way of handling those people. Jared FPS, Robot Giggles, 1,000 Years, any one of them, they handle those trolls differently, and they're always effective. I've never seen them not be effective.
No, it's there's a lot of different things. You just have to, I guess, be creative with it. I mean,
You can.
it really is. Even if you have the people in the like the games or whatnot, and they're trying to troll, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Well,
So
then you even see people coming out with the emotes like banned, logged.
yeah.
Hey, no worries, brother. Welcome, Silent Kill.
Oh, dad duties here, understandable. Well, here we welcome all. The little one is asleep. Okay, everybody, use your quiet voices. Don't wake little Silent Kill. All right, Silent Kill. We'll be our very best to be quiet. But no, like I said, with Silent Kill is yelling in chat ASMR hype. Tune in next week for
he's doing
Streamerology
apples.
ASMR edition. I'm just kidding. We can't do it.
I know everyone says I got that ASMR voice.
The Dibs would have to like pull that one off. But no, all right, Dibs. I think we're gonna have to do a supplemental content. Have you do a video on ASMR only on YouTube,
and just 24/7.
Yeah, there you go. Cut so much more. So, sorry. Again, guys.
With Dibs, mixer.com/THEDBSS. If you're not sleeping yet, you should be. But I'm going to keep talking like this until you go to sleep because that's what you're here for. There's a little sample, just a sample.
Soccer Mo says she prefers chiropractic back popping.
We got that. Hold on.
Guys, on Spotify and iTunes, welcome to the live recording of Streamerology, where we just go off the rails and do what we want.
Yeah, so Soccer Mama DC, she said she preferred chiropractic to ASMR, so I started cracking my knuckles to help Mama DC get some of that ASMR.
So yeah, again, with anybody who listens to this on Spotify, iTunes, Dibs knows all the ones on there. We do record this live on 4 p.m. Mountain Time on Mixer and Twitch, and then we re-upload to YouTube. So if you were listening and you're like, well, I'm curious to see what the chat was saying, we have that up on the screen as well.
If you want to see our beautiful, cute faces, we're like supermodels, but not. That's why we're on Mixer.
And that's the reason why Sisik is on Twitch.
Oh my God! Someone get him to the ICU. That was a burn. Got some aloe vera in chat. Damn, savage.
But here one thing we've kind of been touching on a little bit every episode, but we haven't really gotten in depth with it, is social media. We discussed a little bit with Drama Queen. We got a little bit more in depth with Silent Kill. But now let's dig deep into it with this one. So, social media, it can definitely help you. It can definitely help you, discoverability and everything out there. I convinced Dibs to do TikTok. I think Silent Kill, hopefully, maybe Silent Kill has started doing a video or two on TikTok.
Thank you, Mama DC.
But like I said, with discoverability, it plays into a major role. Now, with every good thing, there's a bad thing on there. With all of your social media, you have to be careful of what you post because people can use that against you to try to throw
They can
dirt on
discredit
you.
you. Yeah, they can try to discredit you. They can throw you under the bus. They can try to say they can make crazy claims about things that they want people to say that you are. Uh,
Right.
so it's
Um,
no different when you're like a kid in elementary school and everyone's like that. And Sarah, she has cooties. Everyone's like, "What's cooties?" And you're, "Oh, cooties is this terrible thing, man." Yeah, that's what can essentially happen to you. On top of that as well, you don't want to just be making generic content. It is super hard to come up with your own content that shows your personality. And I'm only starting to try to get into that right. I'm only starting to just touch the tip of the iceberg and being able to show myself and be comfortable with myself and show who I am with my personality on here.
the um, the other
And I'm
thing
weird to sell.
is that you have some of the other people out there that will look through that stuff and will try to stalk you.
Yep.
Um, and then worst case scenario, you have the trolls that will get your information and try to swat you. So
That's good. That's what we want, Mama DC. So keep in mind too, if you're doing a TikTok video, please be aware of your surroundings. Like if you're in a garage or you're near a parking lot, someone could see the license plate on a car if you don't blur it out. They'll be like, "Hey, I know what state that is now. This guy's making TikTok videos in Virginia." And that's just a random state. I just randomly pulled a state out of nowhere. Like that dude's doing TikTok videos in Maryland. Like who the hell lives in Maryland? We're gonna find this guy easy.
well, Soccer Mama says, "What's the deal with the swatting right now?" Well, swatting's been around for a while.
It's probably just been around as long as streaming's been around, really.
It right, because
Wh-
that's the thing though, is it's live. You see it live. Um, it's just
It's like the next level of trolling, Mama DC, where someone manipulates a network for a streamer. They either drop their network by denial of service attacks, which makes their internet get so many requests it can't handle it, and it literally just drops. It just dies. It can't handle anything. The other thing that they can do is swatting. If they get your address and they can figure out where you're living, if they can figure out your IP address, if they have enough information, they can put the pieces together to figure out where you're physically at, and they can call in a fake 911 call where they get SWAT involved, and they literally SWAT your house. Like they
so
burst through your door with guns.
yeah. Um, and the thing is even on the opposite side, people are like, "Well, shouldn't you?" Um,
Oh yeah,
yep,
I remember them.
yep. I remember Lizard Squad. Sorry. Use code years said, "Do either of you remember the hacker group Lizard Squad that like swatted planes and hacked Sony?" Yep. Yep.
It's getting to be an extraordinarily serious crime, Mama DC. Most recently, I think someone was sentenced to like 25 years in prison for
So
for doing a swatting, and it did take a life.
so
A
let's
life was taken.
let's get into depth with that a little bit. With some people are like, well, law enforcement should know. The thing is, when there's a phone call and they make this some outlandish um story of what's going on, law enforcement has to react, and they're going to do things that's going to keep themselves and the surrounding public safe as well. So if someone calls in with a major threat, we have to react on it. Um, Now, Washington is just really cool. They got together with some of the top streamers because Washington has Microsoft and a couple other big name companies in there. They said, "What can we do to try to help prevent this?" Well, they ended up building this system in Washington, which I think every single live content creator should start sharing it. And I'll actually post the link in our YouTube VOD when
We'll,
we
we're
re-upload
gonna
it.
have some supplemental content coming real soon for you guys on YouTube on that.
But they basically said, if they have the system, if you're a streamer, you can go in there and put your address in that says, "I'm a streamer. I live at this address. Here's my channels that I stream on." Um, so say someone does call 911 and they give out this address. Well, the dispatcher can look that up, right, and say, hey, this person is actually streaming live right now. I've got a visual on him. Now, instead of you going to like level 5 on the threat level or whatnot, now they're going to say, all right, well, we don't need to send the entire department and other agencies in with it. We can see him live on camera. Maybe this is a swatting attack. Now they'll maybe send one or two, knock on the door. And there's even options where you can leave your own phone number on there. So you could actually say, hey, is everything good? You know, like we got this call, and you go, no, everything's fine. You go talk, and it's a easy done deal. Now that helps the resources with the agencies, and also protects you as well. The only problem is it's only in a select city, and they're hoping to try to spread this out across the entire United States. But it is up to us to be able to do so. What Dibs was saying about the supplemental content, for the ones who don't know, I do work in law enforcement. So I see both sides of this happening. I did make one video on my own personal channel about it. It was kind of very mono. But I think
Mono.
but I think what I'm gonna do, we've got an editor that we're gonna start doing for our other YouTube content. He's also a buddy of mine that I work with. And I was telling him about this stuff, and he basically challenged me. He's like, well, I bet you can't find my information. I says, okay. So we're gonna accept that challenge, and I'm gonna make the video of showing exactly how all this stuff is able to happen. And then I'm gonna send him the video and says, here you go, buddy. And
All for you.
but the thing is I'm gonna probably take it to the next level. I can't tell you what I'm gonna do exactly, but if you do want to find out, make sure you go to our YouTube and subscribe, because it's gonna be informational for you guys. And
we totally got the link in cheer. Whoops, I'm trying.
You can do it.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you
But
go.
like I said, I'm gonna take it to the next level, and well, unfortunately, like I said, our editor, he goes by Schism. Sucks to suck, man. Sucks to suck.
Suck to suck, nerd. As Persona would say. As Persona would say.
We need to get Persona on here.
Dude, that would be so much fun. Oh my god. That would be good times. By the way, if you enjoy the videos, don't, if you want to share them with your friends, if you have people who are curious about streaming or they don't know about streaming, or maybe they like video games, yeah, feel free to show them some of the YouTube videos or show them on Spotify.
Mm.
Don't know unless you listen. Give it a try. Don't bash it till you try it.
So, guys, if you were watching this live, you kept seeing me look over to the side. I'm a very, very busy man over here with everything I'm trying to do. I am actually finishing up loading up the Streamerology shirts. I'll make this happen right here. Any shirt, because I know Dibs would appreciate this. Any shirt that Streamerology sells or whatnot. We're gonna find the charity that Dibs finds, and we're going to donate half of the profits to that charity. So we're gonna start that ball rolling for Dibs on everything that he's wanting to do.
I had no idea about this either. Like, I just found out now.
Yeah.
I'm really tired, but like, I'm really excited now. Like my Dibs crew, we got the stream dream. We're getting it rolling. We're getting the ball started here with Bad Merc.
This is what I was saying, is that having the control over your own brand.
Oh yeah. So, like Dibs crew, like I'm going to make a section in my Discord. You jump in there. Let me know what you guys like. Let me know some nonprofits you're thinking of. We can come up with some ideas. So I'll post that in the Discord, let you all know. I'll tag everyone. I'll annoy the hell out of you by doing it at everyone, so everyone knows that there's something there. Yeah, please do use code ears. Like, if y'all like, and it's all up to you guys. It's up to you. I'll set up a thing for voting. You can all vote, and then once it's done, we'll just do it democratically. Whichever one wins the most votes, we'll do it.
There you go. So, like I said, well, I can't. So I have the alert system, but I can't do it on the screen because it's going to it's going to black out part of the screen or whatnot. Um, so well, like I said, well, you guys are here. You guys are friends and family.
I'd say just show it to him.
I'm gonna show it. So I'm going to
That's just me.
let's add a browser source here. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do merch hype.
Oh yeah.
We're going to upload our new stuff here. There it is. What you guys seen right there was a browser source that now we can actually move around on there. That alert now is live, and here we'll do a test alert on here just to show you guys. So if you go to NPC Limited right now, we do have the Streamerology shirt and hoodie on there where you can add your name to it.
I got the hoodie I got, by the way. I added the. It's hard to see. I totally added the dibs on here. It's pretty sweet.
But and guys, for the other ones, I have something cool. I could totally just put text on a shirt, just Arial text, one white Arial text on a black shirt. This is hashtag lower the chair. But I want to make it a little bit more creative. So later today, that will actually be uploaded on there. So anything that is under the Streamerology collection on there, you just go up to, you go to the website and you can type in Streamerology.
Oh yeah, Mama DC.
And you can find the content on there. I've literally been building the page as we've been talking. So, but like I said, anything on there, 50% of the profit is going to go to a charity of the one that the Dibs community and so forth decides.
Hell yeah, guys!
And then, like I said,
we'll get that in the Discord after podcast.
Also, we will be we even though we are streaming on Mixer, we both stream on Mixer. We restream Streamerology onto Twitch, and we're going to have Cystic One in here here in the very near future. I just got to reach out to him and make sure the schedules align, and then we'll get to ask him some in-depth questions or whatnot. So we also have a Twitch partner who's going to be on here onto our show as well. So yeah, we're trying to make things for you guys, so you guys can get yes you Cystic.
Someone said your name.
But we're trying to make the content available for everyone, to you guys get better insights and just kind of get a deeper understanding or see things in different perspectives on it. Cystic's been streaming for a while. He also has a huge YouTube presence as well. So he streamed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cystic. You streamed on Twitch, went to Mixer, and then went back to Twitch. Is that correct?
So it means that basically means he's like built up 3 times, essentially.
Yeah.
Except for like the community members who jump back and forth with you. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it's like I said, this episode has just been Dibs and I. We're kind of just chatting. We got in depth about where we see the potential of live streaming going, where it could go. We touched on subjects that we did in our first couple episodes. And then we made an announcement which we surprised Dibs. You can go see his reaction on the VOD.
But I'm so tired and I'm so sleepy. Like the best part of the reaction was just my eyes getting big. That's like.
So, but yeah, so the lower the chair shirt will be live a little bit later today, and then you guys can go on there and do that. But guys, like I said, we do record this live in front of a live internet audience on 4 p.m. Mountain Time.
I've turned on the applause sign. You guys can applause now. I am
we're-
waiting for your applause.
we stream on Mixer and Twitch, and I believe next week we're going to restream it to YouTube as well. We'll see how that goes. We're still in our infancy here with Streamerology, but
Thank you, Mama DC.
we have a lot of good plans for this. We're gonna start uploading some supplemental ones. Dibs has one coming out soon on what it takes to be a mod, and then I've got one where our editor challenged me on about finding his information. So you know what, guys, I'm gonna show you exactly how easy it is to find people's info, and then we will show you what you can do to hide all your information and protect you. And then we might even have Schism on the show to talk about it, because he may or may not get a surprise visit from me. So who knows? Who knows? We'll have to find out.
Who knows? Who knows? That's right.
So, but yes, guys. So we do try to keep this at an hour max, and we're about 5 minutes over. But anyways, guys, I do appreciate everybody. Soccer Mama says IRL stream that. We might. Who knows? Who knows? But I do appreciate everybody coming out here. Our viewers coming in, interacting with us. Cystic, thank you for joining us.
Mama DC, use code EARS, Night Gamer. I see you guys. I don't know if Night Gamer's in here. I thought I saw you.
Well, Dat Boy
I don't
came
remember.
in.
Oh, Dat Boy was here. That's right.
So
we love our Dibs crew. We love our battle company. We love our streamerologist.
So we like I said, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, we record this live. If there's ever any subjects or whatnot that you guys want us to kind of look into or talk about or gain our perspectives from, always reach out to us. We have our Discord.
And we're going to be adding more. We're going to add a ton more supplemental content to our YouTube as well. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to drop on our live stream and be like, hey, on this video, let us know.
Oh, I just messed up. Look at this live in the Raw. There you go. Anyways, guys, we'll see you guys again Monday, 4 p.m.
Don't forget to check us out. Check out our Discord. You can check out our Twitter. We're on Instagram as well. And you feel free to find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Anchor FM, and YouTube. I think that's all of them.
And then, like I said, watch the live, watch the recording of the live content Streamerology onto YouTube, which will be uploaded with some minor edits to cover up my mistakes. But you'll see that on YouTube.
So you guys get to see the raw Streamerology.
Well, maybe we'll call this episode RawDogging. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next Monday, 4 p.m.